One set to love.
Missed call from the Croatians, and they had to feed a free ball, and ARTAMONOVA there pointing out that it did in fact touch the blocker's hands, and the first official agrees with her. Yep, over and off the top of the fingers.
For this 1997 European title.
Great kill from ARTAMONOVA. The Croatian team are doing a very good job at the net with their blocking. They're doing what's called touch blocking, and as Steve Timmons, the former USA international, used to say, that was the silent assassin. It doesn't get recorded on the stats, but it stops the ball, it slows the ball up consistently, and they're doing a great job of this at the moment, and that's what's affected the Russian hitters. But Evguenia there getting a free hit against Kirilova, the smallest player on court, and making no mistake that time, hard hit into baseline.
Very difficult to defend this jump serve by ARTAMONOVA. Timeout is called, 10-4. Interesting to note that it's the Croatians that are obviously calling these timeouts, not Karpov, primarily because he needs to, I would imagine, Simon, keep readjusting the tactic.
Yes, he does, and there he's getting on the case of the Russians, and he's trying to push them to new heights in this game. Manic.
It's because Manic, who now serves. And the Croatians looking the better side, albeit still trailing by 4 points. ARTAMONOVA gets the Russian side out once again. The same height as Evguenia, just a centimetre smaller, 6'3". That's 190 centimetres.
Bit of luck.
Evguenia with service. Again, the Russian side out, ARTAMONOVA.
Well, they're not playing well at the moment, and boy, would I not like to play this well on a regular basis, week in, week out. It's interesting to note that Evgenia's favourite all-time player is ARTAMONOVA, and there are great similarities between these two players.
And of course, the sting is they have taken the first set as well. Tichchenko now with service for Russia.
And there's that safety hitter for the Russians. As soon as they're under pressure, then they go back court to either ARTAMONOVA or Evguenia. This time it's ARTAMONOVA, and she comes through with a little tip over the top of the block for the kill.
The Croatians are battling their way back into this match. They have the advantage at 8-10 and are playing fine volleyball. Well, this is what the man is famous for. When he's not happy with his players, he certainly lets them know. And Simon, Nikolai Karpov has just given them an absolute grilling.
That was a roasting hitters into the block.
Fire in her eyes there, Barbara Jelic, now just 2 behind.
Wow. That's what we've talked about. Gracheva, if she can't get wide, she's got to go tight and up.
It is Evguenia who looks to take Croatia ahead.
Again, they're having to rely on extreme power, and that's hit Jelic right in the windpipe. There was a nasty incident a year ago when a player nearly died on court when the windpipe collapsed because the ball is hit so hard.
ARTAMONOVA still all level at 11 all.
And there's Evguenia reaching over the net and shutting the lights out. It's been a while since we've seen her have a chance for a block, and this time reverse slide too tight and straight down on the floor.
Valuable point score for the Russians, 12-11. More added to that score before this match is over.
Clever, big jump from ARTAMONOVA, and you could see the Croatian defenders back on their heels waiting for blockers.
Anzulovic.
Oh wow, ARTAMONOVA. She's been under pressure this game, but they've kept going to her, and Gracheva's held faith with her. She's not delivered good ball. 3 blockers and straight over the top every single time. Artamonova again, set 2, again the big high jump, and this time the Croatian blockers just stumbling and going into the net for the net touch.
No change in score. 23 wins to Artamonova. She's had a superb championship. With service. Experienced player, 28 years of age, needs to make these serves count.
And a huge leap again from Artamonova outside, in all sorts of bother with that set, dropping onto the net, but look at the aggression on that, and goes straight over Kirilova for the kill.
3 of them there, none of them could stop it. The advantage is back with Russia. Morozova now with service.
Going for the hands, Kirilova there, and nothing's working for the Croatians now, and that's the problem. Although the Russians have looked a little bit pedestrian, it's the sign of a great side if you can still keep piling the points on.
11-5.
The net touch from the Croatians, unfortunately, that's just what they didn't need, and this is looking very, very ominous indeed for the Croatian side.
Time out is called. Not the best of volleyball, certainly not as exciting as the early part, but one thing,
And given the reverse ball and the responsibility behind to put the ball away against the one-person blocker, and does so.
Tichenko now looking to close this third and final set out for the Russians.
Well, Jelic has been found wanting. She gave it everything on that block there after failing to convert the hit, but this time it's out from Artamonova, off of her hands and over the sideline.
13 points on the board now for the Russians. Quick substitution. Nijic is now coming on, and Anzulovic is coming off.
So Mijic coming on just to try and mix it up for the Croatians at the net and also delay the service a little bit longer.
Tichenko it is with service.
Jelic, I'm afraid, has blown in this game. It's a shame to see that she's been found wanting.
Well, the next service will be for the 1997 European Championship. Jelic should not take full responsibility or all the blame upon her shoulders. Match ball from Tichenko. It's there. The European champions of 1997. Not the finest volleyball we've seen throughout this tournament, but nonetheless, a huge grudge match, an amazing amount of pressure, and Russia, who were third here in 95, the champions in 93, reigned supreme in 97. Croatia put up a great match. Perhaps the only thing that put them off their game was such a slow start. 15-7, 15-12 and 15-9. 3 sets to love. Simon, not the best of matches, but Croatia, if they could have played at the end in a way, if they could have played the way they played at the end of the beginning, it could have been a different story.
Oh, it could have been a totally different story, definitely, and it's such a shame for the Croatians because we thought they were going to give a bit more resistance than that. But we can see the Russians look so miserable on court sometimes, and with a coach shouting at you like Karpel, it's hardly surprising. But when the match is over, they were so desperate to convert their Grand Prix wins on the World League into some sort of tangible European evidence of their superiority, and they have done so, and what a fantastic win, and you can see just how much it matters to them. And rather fittingly, it's the middle block that really has told the story for their games in this championship, that finishes it for them and gives them the win.
It is. Congratulations to Russia, commiserations to Croatia, because for me this competition, dynamic and entertaining from start to finish.
Absolutely, hitters couldn't come through for her.
Russia will now go on to the World Championships as next year as one of the teams to watch out for, getting the better of Croatia, host nation Czech Republic, claiming the bronze medal. I hope you've enjoyed our coverage of these European Championships from the Czech Republic. It's now time to say goodbye, and once again, congratulations to Russia. Many thanks to Simon Golding, and in particular the Brockenhurst College for having him over here in Paris on loan, and from both myself, Nick Fellows and Simon Golding, with Russia the European champions of 1997, it's goodbye for now.